The city wakes up under a silent sky, unaware that this morning will mark the beginning of the end of everything people once called normal. Fear spreads through the streets faster than any warning, turning ordinary people into desperate souls searching for escape. The first scream echoes, and in that moment, humanity realizes it is no longer in control of its own future. Instinct takes over as survival becomes the only rule, forcing everyone to run without knowing where safety truly lies. Even places built to save lives collapse into chaos, as hope bleeds out along with the wounded. Civilization falls apart in seconds, replaced by panic, noise, and the overwhelming presence of death. Danger does not rush or scream. It approaches slowly, watching, waiting, and feeding on fear. Helping someone now comes with a price, and every act of kindness risks becoming a final mistake. Blood, sweat, and terror mix together, reminding survivors that every breath they take is borrowed time. As buildings crumble and fire fills the streets, the world behind them disappears forever. Amid the chaos and collapsing streets, a fragile idea forms in their minds that somewhere ahead, there might still be a way to survive. Fear slowly hardens into determination as Arjun realizes that surviving means standing strong, even when everything inside him wants to run. With a simple distraction, Arjun buys them a few seconds, proving that in this new world, even the smallest decision can mean life or death. Sara pulls Arjun into the shadows, understanding that silence and stillness are now the most powerful weapons they possess. The city stretches out before them in ruins, a haunting reminder of a world that once thrived with life and laughter. From the darkness, glowing eyes stare back, carrying a hunger that no longer recognizes humanity. As they descend into the abandoned subway, the air grows heavier, as if the underground itself knows what now roams above. When the first zombie attacks, hesitation disappears, replaced by pure instinct and the will to stay alive. Arjun steps in front of Sara without thinking, his body reacting before his fear, proving trust still exists in this broken world. Pressed against the cold subway wall, they struggle to catch their breath, knowing that even a moment of rest could be their last. An explosion tears through the silence behind them, reminding them that chaos is never far away. When Arjun stumbles, Sara pulls him back up, a silent promise that they will not leave each other behind. They barricade themselves inside an abandoned store, fully aware that walls and furniture are only temporary protection. As Sara bandages the wound, fear lingers in her eyes, knowing that a single scratch could change everything. Sara stares at her broken watch, understanding that time no longer follows rules in this world. They sprint across the open street as fire erupts behind them, each step fueled by the desperate need to stay alive. Every street ahead looks the same, empty, dangerous, and filled with unseen threats waiting to strike. When Arjun nearly falls, Sara's grip saves him, reminding them both how fragile survival truly is. Inside the abandoned building, silence wraps around them, broken only by distant echoes of the undead. Sara cleans the wound carefully, forcing herself to stay calm despite the fear racing through her mind. Peering through the broken window, Arjun sees the horde closing in and knows they cannot stay much longer. The walls crumble around them, dust fills the air, and the relentless horde reminds them that nowhere is safe. Climbing over rubble and debris, every movement is a fight against both gravity and the ever-approaching threat. Sara whispers that they are almost there, but the words do little to soothe the pounding fear in their hearts. Sara frantically types, searching for the cure, while alarms blare, and every second weighs heavier than the last. The zombies batter the doors relentlessly, sparks flying with each strike, and the air is thick with impending doom. Arjun swings his metal rod with every ounce of strength, striking back against a horde that refuses to relent. A glimpse of hope appears as Sara discovers the cure delta, relief briefly shining through her exhausted expression. The alarm blares louder, the horde grows closer, and the reality of their situation crashes over them like a wave. USB in hand, Sara races toward the emergency exit, carrying humanity's last hope in her trembling grasp. Arjun pushes her forward, shouting to run, knowing this sacrifice may be his last act in a world gone mad. Sara hesitates, tears welling in her eyes, screaming as she faces the unbearable truth of leaving him behind. Arjun locks the lab door, standing alone against the tide of undead, a wall of courage in the face of annihilation. He fights desperately, swinging and striking, sparks and dust flying, every moment a battle between life and death. Courage becomes a solitary act as Arjun faces the unending horde, knowing his actions grant another's survival. Sara runs into the daylight, the ruins of the city stretching before her, each step a testament to hope and endurance. The streets are eerily quiet now, a haunting calm descending over what remains of civilization. Survivors cautiously emerge, scanning the destruction, taking tentative steps into a world that has been forever changed. Sara holds Arjun's photograph close, whispering thanks to the hero who gave everything for the chance at tomorrow. The morning sun breaks through smoke and ruins, illuminating a world that survived despite its scars. Placing a flower on the rubble where Arjun fought, Sara honors the sacrifice that allowed hope to persist. The USB glints softly in her hand, a symbol that life, knowledge, and the chance to heal remain intact. Together, the survivors gather water and supplies, quietly rebuilding, proving that humanity can endure even in the darkest times. Sara walks cautiously through empty streets, hope tempered by vigilance, aware that survival is a fragile gift. Even after the end of everything, the sun rises again, and amidst the ruins, hope quietly begins to bloom once more.